Well, hello, people. It's been an awful long time. Today is Monday, June 23rd, 2025. And yeah, I've been absent for a bit. 2 weeks ago today, I actually had a secondary total knee replacement surgery that was required because I ended up with a staph infection from the first knee replacement. Yeah, the first replacement was 6.5 weeks, and I was on track at a horrendous pace to recovery, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, it just wanted to stop and swelled up like something insane. I call it an elephant leg. And so after a couple of days of analyzing what was going on, they my surgeon's assistant, after get the results back from the preliminary test, she mandated that I go to the ER and check myself in, and they performed surgery the next day or 2 days later. So anyhow, in the process of recovering from that from the second knee replacement of the same knee. So as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted with a bogus telemarketing call. Yeah, I had to go in for the second surgery after 6.5 weeks of the first, 6.5 weeks into the first surgery. They had to do a complete clean out, as they call it, and took all the replaceable parts and threw them out and got all new parts and put in some antibacterial, I'm gonna call it fairy dust, but nonetheless, modules, not little granules. That's what I'm trying to say. In my knee to act as a shield for the potential infection or not the potential, but to eliminate the potential of infection. And then they sealed it back up. This time they went the full-blown staples route. They stapled the wound or the surgical entry up. I'll show a picture of that. Well, actually, I won't show a picture of that. Because some people get a little woozy over seeing certain things. But I have optional pictures for people to look at if they want to see the gory details. But anyway, yeah, it was a staph infection that occurred, and it's a surface-based staph infection. So somehow it entered and got into the surgical area. So maybe during surgery, we don't know. We don't. It's difficult to say, and it happens. It's rare in general, but it does happen, and there's always that possibility. But anyway, again, like I said, it was 2 weeks to the day, and unfortunately, my recovery has not been as swift as it was the first time around. My assessment, 2 weeks after having the second surgery, I'm at the day one mark that I was at from the first surgery. So I'm just barely able to put my full weight. I'm gonna say I'm not really putting my full weight. I'm clear for full weight bearing, but with the swelling and this time I actually experienced some level of pain. So it's a slow process, and unfortunately, I was in the hospital for an entire 8 days with this new operation, and then receiving the. I'm actually on a 30-day IV drip of antibacterial solution. I forgot what it is called, but anyway, that, and so that's what this little thing on my arm is. It's actually the access points for getting my IV drips. I have to have it once a day. And so this was, like I said, I was in the hospital for 8 days versus the day and a half the first time around. And being in the hospital it's a challenge because they have so many restrictions on you, and it just zaps a lot of the energy out of you. That's my assessment, because they don't want you getting up out of the bed unassisted. Plus, I had this device attached to me, a wound vac, that was attached to the wound to assist in the healing and to keep infections out, and to really. So anyway, it had another device attached to me, so I couldn't just get out of bed on my own. And so it just zaps the energy out of you. It makes your muscles become inactive, and so you have a road to recovery to get your muscle strength back, and to be able to get back on track. I know that there was I remember seeing a program where this tremendously healthy professional football player, NFL player, went into the hospital, was there for 2-3 days, and he wasn't even able to walk. His muscles had become so, I forgot the term, but nonetheless, the deterioration from sitting, from laying up and everything. So that's what happened. I went extra 4 days more than I thought was necessary, because they were trying to get that wound vac portable unit for me to take home with me, and it took extra 4 days for that to happen. I was cleared to be released on a Wednesday, and didn't get out until Saturday before Father's Day. Anyway, that's an update. I do apologize. I have not been able to make it into my studio here. This is my guest bedroom. This is a makeshift studio that I do most of my recordings and editing and things like that in. And so this is my very first day back into the studio, and pretty much feeling like I'm day one of my first operation. So even though it's 2 weeks into the second operation. But that's an update. I got a little more detail than probably people needed to know, or I get criticized for saying too much and talking too much and putting too much of my business out there. But hey, it's about me, and I'm just expressing what I feel like doing. So anyway, I hope everybody else is doing okay, and just want to give you this update, let everybody know that I'm okay, and I'm on my road to recovery again. So hopefully in 2 weeks I'll be on my bike, or a week and a half or so I'll be on my bike and riding around again. That's my anticipation. So till then, take care.